wounded. Please, let me take a look at your leg.
No, it's nothing. I fought with injuries much worse than this.
Are you sure? It doesn't look like nothing to me.
Truly, I'm fine.
Look at you, you're in pain. Fuss all you like, but I'm going to treat you.
If you insist. I'm sorry to be so much trouble.
Yes. This should do the trick. See? There was no need to hide anything.
Thank you. I didn't want to be a bother, that's all.
A bother? Why would you think that?
Did you see me out there today? Fighting alongside everyone else? I was useless. The only thing I managed to achieve was this injury.
And so you were just going to sit here and suffer through it? You can't do that.
I know. I'm sorry, Sakura. I never meant to make you worry. I just didn't want to be even more of a burden on everyone, and...
But you aren't a burden at all. Nobody thinks so. Everyone's really impressed by how you communicate out on the battlefield. And people around here aren't known for their generous praise. So chin up.
Thank you, Sakura. You've made me feel a whole lot better.
Really? I'm glad to hear it.
I don't know what I, or any of us for that matter, would do without you. It's reassuring to know that you're out there with us, ready to heal our wounds.
You're so sweet. I hope this means you won't be hiding any more injuries. At least, not from me. I know a thing or two about pretending to be brave.
What do you mean?
I understand why you'd want to hide your wounds from the others.
You do?
Of course. I'm surrounded by all this strength and sense of duty. I'm always worried that I won't be able to keep up. Just like you.
Sakura, you aren't just saying this to make me feel better, are you?
No. I just thought you should know we have more in common than you think.
Please, I wish I were as kind as you, or as thoughtful. Talking to you always puts me at ease. I'm sure everyone else feels the same.
You're making me blush. But thank you for your kind words. Now you're making me feel better.
Then I guess it was a good thing that we had this chance to talk. Maybe it was fortunate I tripped over that rock.
Oh, Princess Sakura, what are you doing here?
Oh, you surprised me.
Well, you precious thing. I didn't mean to scare you.
It's okay. Just give me a moment.
This conversation would be easier if you looked at me, you know.
I'm sorry. It's just, to be honest, I get nervous with so much eye contact.
Oh, please. Just talk to me like I'm one of your sisters. It's no big deal.
But you're so different from my sisters. Sorry. I'm just an anxious person.
Are you scared of me? There's no reason for that anymore.
No! I mean, maybe a little bit. The thing is, I'd like to get to know you, Camilla, but you're so... intimidating.
I do seem to have an effect on people. But, darling, I'd like to know you too. So, let's see. What should we talk about?
Well, we're both Corin's sisters. Why are you sitting so close to me?
Was I? I hadn't noticed. Here, why don't I tell you a cute story about Corin? And then Corin sat right in the pie. Oh, we laughed and laughed.
That's really funny. I probably would have done the same thing. What kind of pie was it, anyway?
Oh, it was just my usual. Apple pie with a little kick of cardamom.
That sounds good. Is that a traditional Norian recipe, or...?
It is. You mean to say you don't have apple cardamom pie in Hoshido? Don't even answer that. You simply must try it. I'll bake one sometime.
You'd share a homemade pie with me? I'd really like that. I could even make some Hoshiden specialties.
You'll bake for me? Oh, and look how much more comfortable you've gotten.
You know, I don't think I'm terrified of you anymore.
How wonderful! That means we can get even closer.
By closer, you mean like getting to know each other better, right?
Of course! And closer physically. Come now, scoot over here.
I'm okay right here.
My goodness, you're precious. Here, let's try holding hands.
Holding hands? But why?
To be closer. Oh, look! Your face is all red. Look me in the eyes and say whatever you want, darling.
I can't think of anything.
Something wrong, Sakura? You don't seem to be your usual self.
I'm sorry. I just keep thinking about that last battle. I was no help at all.
What? How could you say that? I saw you out there healing everyone's wounds. If you weren't there, I don't think I would even be standing here now.
Maybe, but I was so scared. You, on the other hand, showed such bravery.
That doesn't mean I wasn't scared. To be honest, I don't know if I've ever gone into battle without being afraid.
Is that true? Never? How do you overcome your fear?
I don't know. I guess I just hate sitting on the sidelines. Especially when people I love are in danger. I have to protect them.
Me too. In those moments, I can feel the courage well up inside me.
Exactly. And my big brother has had some close calls. He needs me around.
Oh my. Is Crom really so reckless?
Seriously, he is. I can't take my eyes off him for a second. Luckily, since he's met Robin, he's stopped using only brute force.
That's so funny. He always seems so calm and composed to me.
No way. Earlier, he just ran off and dove into a crowd of enemy forces. He shouted something about being a decoy and leading them away. Yeesh.
The way you're describing him reminds me a bit of my big sister Azura.
I didn't know you had another big sister.
I do. In battle, she'll often put herself in danger while trying to help someone. Off the battlefield, she's calm and thinks things through.
She sounds a bit like my big sister, actually.
Huh? I didn't know you had any more siblings.
Oh, yes. My sister's kind and gentle, but also really strong-willed. I hope to be a lot like her one day.
I'd like to be like Azura, too.
But Sakura, you already are. You're kind and you're braver than you think.
So are you, Lissa. You're always out on the battlefield, caring for others. I think you're very much like your sister already.
Thank you, Sakura. We should be brave for each other, so we can both become like our sisters.
We can do it.
Lady Sakura, are these the herbs you were looking for?
They are. I couldn't find any when I went looking earlier. I hope you didn't go to too much trouble.
Not at all. I just happened upon them. And I'm always happy to do you a favor, Lady Sakura.
How sweet of you to say. You remind me a lot of my retainer, Tsubaki.
Really? How so?
Well, you do kind of look similar, but it's more than that. It's more like your auras, that's it. You're both so positive. And everyone always talks about what a perfectionist he is. Just like you.
I don't know if I'd use the word perfectionist to describe myself.
Then there's the fact he's such a hard worker. I don't think I've ever seen him sit idle. It's a little worrying sometimes, the way he pushes himself.
It sounds like he holds himself to very high standards. I suppose I can sympathize with that impulse.
See? You're not so different. Oh, but that means I have to worry about you too, doesn't it? Not that it's not a good thing to want to be perfect all the time. It's just, if you push yourself too far, you could hurt yourself. And the last thing I want is for you to get hurt, Cordelia. You and Tsubaki both mean so much to me.
Lady Sakura, don't get yourself so worked up. I know my own limits. Come to think of it, I had a similar conversation not too long ago. Someone told me that I could learn to ask others for help a bit more often. Of course, being me, I immediately set out to get better at asking for help. But now, thinking back on it, I'm starting to wonder if I kind of missed the point.
Maybe a little. I'm sure your friend didn't want you to feel like you had to try even harder. The reason I, and perhaps your friend, want you to reach out to others is not because you need to be perfect. You're perfect the way you are.
Oh, Lady Sakura, thank you. You've cleared a few things up for me. Good thing I found those herbs, huh? Hey, next time you see Tsubaki, you should say the same thing to him.
Good idea. I do want him to know how important he is to me.
Since he can't be here, I hope you'll consider me a suitable replacement.
I have no doubt that you are. But don't overwork yourself, okay? Not on my account.
Yes, Lady Sakura. I promise to ask for help if I need it. Happy?
Yes, I'll look forward to it. That was intense. Are you okay, Tiki? You were right in the thick of it.
Yep, I'm okay. Did I help any?
Of course you did. But how did you learn to fight like that? You're just a child.
I'll have you know that I'm actually over 1,000 years old.
What? Did you just say 1,000 years?
Yep, although I missed almost all of my birthday parties.
That's a lot of birthdays. Wait, but how can you be that old?
Manakets live a really long time.
Oh, please accept my apology. I shouldn't have called you a child. Do all Manakets look so much like children?
Not at all. Banban looks like he's old enough to be someone's grandpa. Even though we live a long time, we do still age. I just look extra young because I was asleep for most of those 1,000 years.
You were asleep? What happened?
Not long after I was born, I was put into a deep sleep. And then after years and years passed, I woke up and I met Mama and all them. I was told my sleep was to help contain the power of the divine dragon.
Do you remember anything from all that time you were asleep?
Not really. I had scary dreams while I slept.
Oh, being asleep for 1,000 years sounds terrible. I don't think I could do it.
It was pretty lonely. I try to meet lots of people now, because I don't ever want to be alone again.
Tiki,
Spit it out, Sakura. Do you feel lonely too?
Sometimes, yes. I hate it. I'm not very good at talking to people. I stumble over my words but it's different talking to you.
Really? You really think so? Hey, I've got a good idea. Let's make sure to talk to each other all the time.
That's what I was going to suggest. You could be like my little sister, if that's okay with you.
That would be great. Neither of us will get lonely if we stick together.
Thank you, Tiki. I feel like we're friends already.
That's 'cause we are, Sakura.
Oh, Navarre, it's you.
Yes. And?
Sorry, I just didn't see you there. And once I did, well, you're very intimidating. Maybe that's why you're so scary, especially on the battlefield.
If you find me so scary, feel free to keep your distance. Goodbye.
Wait, now that you're here, I want to ask you something. So speaking of battlefields, maybe you could be a bit more careful? When we were fighting the other day, you were being so reckless. And there's a difference between killing mercifully and what you were doing.
I have no intention of changing the way I fight.
I know we don't know each other very well, but I get the feeling you're a caring person, Navarre. Deep down. I know you insist on fighting alone to protect your friends. That's compassion.
I think you misunderstand.
I don't. You keep people at arm's length because you care too much.
You've heard about my past, haven't you? And you still think I'm a good person? If someone hired me to kill your family, I would do it without hesitation.
Well, let's say you are just a heartless mercenary. Then why fight at all?
I don't understand the question.
Why risk your life for no reason? You could die.
So then I'd be dead. Who cares?
What? I would care. And wouldn't you care? Everyone's life has meaning, Navarre, including yours. It doesn't matter. I don't believe you anyway. I don't think you're as selfish as you claim. You've always protected me. And that's because under all that stoicism, you want to help others.
I'm growing tired of this conversation.
Navarre, I simply refuse to believe you're the heartless soldier you pretend to be. And I hope you remember that. That someone out there knows the real you.
Can I tell you something, Lady Sakura? I find you quite exasperating.
That's funny. I've thought the same thing about you.
Whatever you say.
Lady Minerva, have you been maybe fighting a little recklessly lately?
I'm sorry if I worry you, Sakura. I can get carried away when I'm on the battlefield.
You don't have to do so much when you have friends to support you. Though, to be fair, I'm not sure how dependable I am personally.
Don't sell yourself short. When you're nearby, I can fight with confidence. Whenever I'm with you, thoughts of my little sister Maria are not far from mind.
Maria? What's she like?
She's an adorable girl, just like you. Seeing her always filled me with courage. But my brother Michaelis handed her over to an enemy kingdom as a hostage.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
I have to get back to rescue her as soon as I can. I worry she's wondering why I haven't shown up. Maybe she thinks I forgot her. Thoughts like that make me restless and impatient. And that comes out in battle.
I'm sure Maria doesn't think those things about you, Minerva.
Is that so? What makes you say that?
Even if I was in trouble, I could never hold feelings like that against someone I love.
But...
I think Maria is probably patiently waiting for you. She must miss you terribly. But more than that, she's probably hoping you're safe. Don't you think? She'd be sad if she knew you were hurt. Even sadder than she is missing you.
Thank you, Princess Sakura. You're right.
So then, do you think you could maybe be a little less reckless on the battlefield? I want to make sure you rescue Maria, so you can't get injured before then.
I understand, Sakura. I will try. For you, and for Maria.
Oh, Miss Minerva, thank you.
No, it is I who should be thanking you. Your concern for my well-being helped me realize what's at stake for me here.
Good. That's the best I can hope for. So I'm happy to help, and to be able to hear your story.
You are too kind. I promise to be less reckless and to lean on my friends more. And, of course, I will be depending on you as well.
I'll give every ounce of strength I can, if it'll be any help at all.
I just hope I'll be able to approach your level of contribution. An ally who soothes wounds and hearts. Matching your worth would be a feat.
Let's both do what we can.
Yes. As we're in this together, let's have each other's backs.
Hello, Olivia.
Oh, Lady Sakura. Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, I just wanted to tell you how beautiful I think your dancing is.
How sweet of you, Sakura. I'm blushing. I'm still a long way from good. But I'll proudly accept such kind praise from a princess I admire.
Admire? I haven't done anything worthy of admiration.
You always tend to everyone with such loving care, no matter how tired you are. Whenever I see that, I'm always amazed by the size of your heart.
But you're amazing too, Olivia.
No, don't say such nice things. I'll die of embarrassment.
Well, Olivia, I think you should have a bit more confidence in yourself and your skill.
Confidence? That's not the first time I've been told something like that. Someone once told me to be more Olivia the Bold and less Olivia the Mouse.
Olivia the Mouse? Oh, that reminds me of this one time I did some extra training to make me braver. Maybe if you did some training like that, it'd raise your confidence too.
You think so? Tell me more about this training, Lady Sakura.
If I remember, you have to straighten your back and puff out your chest.
I see. Posture is important in dance, too. Maybe there's something to this.
The next step is to have a battle cry. Something loud and commanding.
Loud and commanding, huh? This might be tougher than I thought.
I didn't do very well with this part either, to be honest.
Well, I've learned anyone can get better at anything if they practice.
You're right. Okay, let's just try our best.
Let's just try our best doesn't sound very commanding to me.
Good point. How about we're going to do our best?
Oh, that was super cute and pretty loud, but still not very commanding.
Oh, that was about as commanding as I can be. And still, all I get is cute. You should try next, Olivia. Oh, wait. It's your turn, Olivia!
All right, I hope you are prepared. You better get ready for this. Is it working? Do you feel commanded?
I can't tell. Oh no! What if I became too commanding to feel commanded?
I'd say the training must be working. If we keep it up, we'll be experts in no time.
You're right. Let's keep practicing until we're glowing with confidence.